Welcome to our night podcast. Today we are quickly diving into the trending topic of Davido versus his alleged Babymama versus his alleged preteen daughter. In fact, his alleged teenage daughter, Anu Adeleke. Yes, out of the blues, we saw this story again. It's a story that has been online for so many years. When Anu's mother, Ayo Labinjo, decided to come out to tell the world then, not by herself, but through Kemi Olunloyo's platform. That's about 13, 12 years ago. And it was publicized then and alleged that now Davido get the picking. It was really rough. It was really, really rough at that time. And Dr. Kemi tried to push the narrative that Davido is the father, and they went back and forth, and the whole thing no get head, it no get tail, and all of that. So apparently the child is, I think, 13 years old now, and decided to go to Davido's DM. Yes, she wanted to confront her fears and face her father about the fact that you are my father, you should take responsibility of me and not deny me. I need to sort my identity out. Now, without further ado, let's read what her mother said. My name is Ayo Labinjo. I am not Davido's baby mama or a bitch. I am very protective of my daughter's mental health after the level of bullying she went through for years. David Adeleke has largely ignored me for years because he thought he picked up a prostitute from GQ Club in Ibadan. I was a waitress and not picked up on the streets. My daughter is trending on X because her dad needed to call me a bitch that he has never met, yet he subjected himself to a DNA test 5 times. Dr. Deji Adeleke took us to a lab, not a hospital, where Anu's BLOOD was drawn in 2014, then discarded behind our backs, and a fake result was printed. Wale Shobola was the lab technician who masked as Dr. Alex, and a brother to Shotayo Gaga, a Nollywood actress. My daughter is fighting for her identity. David chatted my daughter tonight, threatening to lock me up, cursing Anu and repeatedly bullying her. David is a US citizen. I will request the US State Department to contact the mission in Lagos or Abuja to help us supervise and witness a clean, independent DNA test. My daughter did not beg to be here. The language you used was awful. To those saying Davido should adopt my daughter, Anu is not an orphan, neither is she looking for charity. Calling me a bitch when he has 4 daughters, God is not asleep. So, in summary, what Ayola Binjo, the alleged baby mama of Davido, is saying is that she no be ashawo. Say she was a waitress at the GQ Club in Ibadan, and that's where she met Davido. And says the DNA test that Davido is shouting up and down, and the only one she did with her daughter did with Davido was a fake one, because no swab was done. It was only BLOOD that was done and taken in separate room. That it was even Davido's father that asked them to go for the DNA test. Now let's read what the innocent girl is said to have posted on her page. My dad, Mr. David Adeleke, replied me earlier this evening. I was devastated on the way he cussed me out, bullied me, and threatened to lock up my mother simply because I want to establish my identity. He also tweeted to the world, calling my mom a bitch. He never met, yet a bitch he never met, yet claiming he now had 5 DNA tests with me. First it was 2, now it's 5. He even said the last one was on my 10th birthday. According to my mom, we only went for one test, which Chief Doctor Deji Adeleke took us to do, and which turned out to be fake. So it's let me take the side of David, where he said something. David said, "You dey Chris. You and your mom should better go and look for your papa and leave me the F alone. I have never met the bitch until we went for a DNA test. I did 5 DNA tests at 5 different hospitals. I chose 3 hospitals and they chose 2. All came out negative. The mom needs to go to jail. This is the last time I will be speaking on this nonsense. When I strike, nobody should beg me. Oh." So I've stated what Anu, the child, said. I've stated what the mother said. I've stated what Davido said. So now we have to do the analysis. I must say that if you are someone who thinks in one direction, you might not find this worth your time. So let me take another post that is from Anu, the alleged Babymama. She said, "I'm a business trader and I travel a lot across West Africa. I'm presently on my way to Nigeria. I have asked Anu to log out of this account and I will be taking over again full time. When Davido came to Ibadan on his 5 Alive tour, someone initiated a video FaceTime call from his line, but I did not accept the call for reasons best known to me. Plus, I don't honor video calls. To say you did 5 DNA tests, not even 2 anymore, in order to silence us all these years is delusional. You want to contact us privately, but you told people publicly that I am a bitch and an obsessed fan. Davido has blocked us, but it doesn't end there. We have not seen the 5 tests he said he would publish today in the newspapers and online. I will make plans to go to the American embassy to register Anu as the daughter of a US citizen with the CRBA form. We are ready for the second DNA." Problem. So this is the alleged baby mother saying, "David, I will go to the US embassy and tell them that Anu is your daughter and that you are denying, and so they should contact and they should, arrange for another DNA, because the one that she did with you, the only one she claims that she has done, that her daughter has done with you, is a fake one." Okay, now let's take it from different angles. The only victim here is who? The child. That's the only victim. The child is the only one who has done nothing wrong. Even entering Davido's DM, right, to say, "Dad, please, I need you to do DNA. I need you to do this. I need you to do that." And calling him dad, and Davido saying, "Are you MAAD, this girl?" And those kind of words, and calling her mother names and all of that. For the sake of the child, I'm starting from the bottom up. For the sake of the child, wherever the mother thinks that she needs to go, if it's to go offline, if it's to go to the American embassy like she said, if she's to go to the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if she's to go to courts, prove that Davido is the father of her child, I think she should. Now, she said she was a waitress at GQ Club, but you never said he forced you. Even since when you came out years ago, you never said Davido forced you. You didn't say it was a forced knacking. So you being a waitress is not an olosho. In fact, some waitresses are so good with their jobs that if you mistakenly trespass, because a waitress serves you a drink or food, or for bandy, customer. Yes, we have a lot of dignified ladies like that. They will play with you, they will be jovial with you, they are hardworking waitresses, but the moment you trespass, you regret doing so, because ọ̀kan ti fún ẹ ń gbàjú tán kó tó rántí pé customer ni ẹ. So anybody tagged a waitress is not a call girl or a call woman. I'm not saying some of them don't. I'm just saying. Now, for Ayola Binjo to be a waitress, and you said Davido came with his crew, and you now have something to do with him. It wasn't a fox snacking. It wasn't forced. You never used the word first. You said you had something together. And I don't think you said it twice. So perhaps you're a waitress. Now let's get real. You're a waitress. You are starstruck. Though Davido wasn't this big, right? But it was still big at that time. And at that time, Davido moves around with his cousins and everything. Could have been Sintekpe, he now has his that guy that is always psyching him and hyping him, and all. But at the beginning, it was his cousins that were always with him, going from one tour to another or one place to another. So, you met Davido that night. You had something together. Having something together with a man at the first meeting, especially in a club. Should we be real here? Is at your own risk as a woman. Is at your risk. Any lady or woman that goes to the club, I want to believe either went with her boyfriend or with her female friends or by herself. Right? And as long as it's not that somebody forced you, you're a willing partner to the quick knacking. It is at your peril. Because if you do the knacking this night, by tomorrow morning, ojú ti pòfìrí, àbí báwo ló máa ń sọ? The deed is done. Everybody has gone to their homes. If you now find out that you're pregnant, you know you have put yourself at a very, very risky position. Because there's nothing being a waitress at a club has to do with you allowing yourself to be consensually knocked by a customer. Ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Now, I want to believe that you were very young and naive at that time, and you played ball. You see, the moment a girl child gets to the point where your emotions are mushy, and you see a guy who has not even toasted you, and you open up for him, you should be responsible to be the mother of a child, or you should be daring enough láti lọ yọ oyún. There's no two ways to it. You see that even if you're 15, you're 16, you want to be lago with a man. Is that what you gbọ́ contraceptive? Yeah? Àbí o ti gbọ́ pé mi ò lo contraceptive, o fẹ́ lọ yọ. Because even in relationships where mature man and woman, maybe even in their 20s, are dating, and they are not married, and you now lóyún, the man can yari kanle that is not the father of your child, and there ain't nothing you're going to do about it. So we women are the ones that God has given the level to have more common sense as it regards our bodies. Because now when two people knack, now the woman they call a shower. But can a woman do a shower without the opposite sex? Oh no. Our hypocritical economy or society, we be pampering the man, say, hey, my G, you don't knock him, you do well. But for a knocking to take place, the man, knocker, and the naki are both parties. So the naki, which is the woman or lady in this context, is supposed to be the one to have the most brain. Because now you, the society, go shame. Say they knock you as a waitress. Now you, the society, have been shaming for getting belle. For a man who is not in a relationship with you, who you just had a one-time thing in the club, and it's still the shame of the baby mama tag that you're carrying today. And unfortunately, what makes this situation messy is the fact that your child is now involved. Now, the mistake has happened, Wherever your parents decided you were pregnant at that time and decided to keep it, because our parents are honorable people. I think the mother or the father is a lecturer. They stayed around UI something area. So she's from a honorable family. You don't have to be a billionaire before your family can be a honorable family. Some families won't say billionaires, but they have name. And you don't see them in rubbish. Especially in those years when your father or mother is an academia. There's a level of expectation. But let's say you fell short, which is okay, and decide not to your phone. It's okay. And you born the baby, it's okay. Now you're a young woman who I feel should have a relationship. Of course, I've dated men because I think you're in your mid-20s now. One of the things I like about the Igbo culture, I will say this without fear or favor, is the fact that in Igbo culture, Kosomwaleo, I don't know if it's all the Igbo parts, but for the most part that I know and I've heard of, there's no Omali in the Igbo culture. If a woman should get in Igbo land, and you, the person will give him belle, you know, come maybe claim the pikin, be marry the woman or pay something on the woman's head. They call you one, they call you twice, you no answer. No problem. Kosomwale nle Igbo. You the woman, the lady, you go born the pikin. And the pikin will be bearing the mother's father's name. I'm just giving this, I'm going to give this example. It's not to shame or anything. Look at Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji was dating a single man. She thought they were going to get married. The man, for whatever reason, no send her again. They don't go and pay a buy price or claim the pregnancy. She went through a tough time, had the baby, and used the father's name as the baby's son name. But when the adorable son, I think, turned 3 or 4, she reverted the boy's name from the father's name to Ikeji. And I could hear some Igbo people telling her at that time that, why are you reverting? That is what you should have done from the beginning. But maybe she was thinking that the man was going to change. So in Igbo culture, you don't want the pikin, no problem. The woman's baba's name is there. And you will save the child all this identity problem. When lago and laga happens between a man and a woman, a lot of women who are single mothers, right, are the belle way they get at that time. The man, some, not all. The belle was refused by the father of the child. But they would rather walk their butts off. They would rather go and sell pure water in the marketplace. They would rather, return to school and give their children, the baby to their mother or any able adults so that they can work, go to school, or make money. They would, in their mind eye, imagine the man is no more. Because they are wearing the cloak of motherhood that, you know what, when you and I decide to do whatever it is that we did, I'm 50% responsible for the child, you're 50% responsible for the child. So if you, as the papa, say collect pregnancy, you see that 50 that is my own percentage normally, I will up it to 80% and take care of my child. Now also, I go also. Now walk, I go walk. So you find a lot of women, they are stuck. happily being a single mother to their children, because they don't want this kind of thing that is happening to Davido's baby mama to happen to their children. They can't take it. They rather go and fry akara at the bus stop to feed that child to adulthood. They won't even look for the father of the child. Some even like, Bebo, Babe, ó ti ṣánkú, kò sí láyé mọ́, so that you even be asking questions. Maybe when you are now dàgbà, a lot of people now, wọ́n máa dàgbà tán kí àwọn tó sọ fún pé bàbá ẹ̀ wà láyé o. Àbí tí bàbá kàn rìn wá, bí orí tán ṣọ́ ń yí padà, tó wá béèrè ọmọ. So what has happened to Ayola Binjo is not something that has not happened to women before. It has happened generations before our own. It is happening now and it will not stop happening. You protect the mental health of your child. Like I said, Davido, if you have not knocked the girl before, the Ayo before, you won't agree to do DNA test. And to be fair, truth has one color. To be very fair, when you look at that child, it looks like an Adeleke. I won't say more. For those who know the Adeleke family beyond Davido and his father, that you know their cousins, their complexion, the way their face is, there's an Adelekeism in that child. I know people who are Davido supporters will be like, hey, kiniko, ni ẹ má pariwo. Àti dáyé ṣe díẹ̀. If you have a son, ṣe ráwọn ìyá mi, ibi tẹ́ bá bayé jẹ́ dé, tẹ́ bá wọnú grave, búlálà lẹ máa jẹ láti inú grave yín lọ. Tẹ́ bá jẹ́ kọ́mọkùnrin jẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ̀bi, tẹ́ ẹ̀ dúró sórí òótọ́, tẹ́ ń ṣe sentiment. Ìyá mi bá àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó bá sọ pé your grandma was kìíní kan, tó bá dúró grave ọmọ abẹ́tọ̀ sí lórí ni. Not even ìyá nìkan, and some fathers. When you have a son, tó bá ti reach puberty stage, ló ti máa fà létí pé ọ̀gbẹ́rán tẹ́ni girl bá gbé oyún wá póun lóyún fún ẹ. First and foremost, nǹkan tí mo ní láti bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ ni pé ṣé wọ́n ní bàbá, ṣé o ti bá mi ṣe bí òkè ṣé wọ́n ní bàbá, ṣé o ti bá sùn rí tó bá ní okay. Kódà kó jẹ́ ẹ̀kan, kódà kó jẹ́ one night knacking, tó bá ti lo tí ó mọ̀ ó dẹ̀ bá sùn rí. As a mother tí ò fẹ́ jẹ́ káyé dàrú mọ́ òun lọ́wọ́, 50% at that time àwa la lọ́mọ yẹn. The remaining probability of 50% a máa confirm ẹ̀ nígbà tá a bá bímọ tán, tá a bá ṣe DNA. In fact, bó bá bí girl yẹn bá ṣe bímọ fún ẹ tán báyìí, doctor, ẹ bá mi gba swab lára baby newborn ní, ẹ ti bá mi wọ láàbù lọ́kẹ́ lọ ṣe DNA fún. Àwọn tó bá bí ọmọkùnrin, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ káyé yín bàjẹ́, tẹ́ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ fi ẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ yín kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣì látàárọ̀ ayé ẹ̀, that is what you should do. That is what you should do. Ọlọ́gbẹ́ni, you see that third leg you are carrying up and down. If you do not control it, I won't let you off the consequences of you using it without your common sense. Because that's why we have a lot of badly raised men, deadbeat male. Because parents let them have their way. And that's why you see women are the ones that are responsible and with their full chest carrying the single mother cross because of the badly raised men that some mothers have put in the society. I won't say because Davido is a billionaire, no. If his mother were alive, according to what they talk about the mother, how sensible she was, how responsible she was, how family whatever she was, kò ní fẹ́ káwọn kódà kọ́mọ ẹ máa jẹ́po kiri, kò ní jẹ́ kí sí ìdẹ sùn ta. She be RMD has said it before. Now you can go on YouTube. There was an interview RMD did about 6-7 years ago where he said He impregnated 2 women at the same time. And his mother said what? Ogbeni, you touch him? Yes. You touch him? Yes. It's okay. You don't get 2 pikin be that. 2 of RMD's son, but to 1 year lower around from different mothers. And now he's a grandfather from these 2 boys. I can't even call them boys again because they're almost in their late 30s or something. So at that time, if RMD's mama did not collect those 2 children, those children, when they remember RMD's mother, their grandmother, Toban's anniversary, those children will spend their last kobo that I have a grandma that is an abiamo. Àwọn ọmọ yìí ò ní bẹ́tọ̀ sórí grave ìyá RMD. Because when their own mothers were pregnant for them for RMD at the same time, because it was double dating or double shooting bola, the mother told him, you knock them, yes, you don't born be that. And she took charge of those children. So RMD today, when he's saying, oh, I'm a proud grandfather, and the kind of mother that mama was will not keep quiet. But, I know say you fine. I know say your future bright, but control this 3rd leg. As tough as RMD was, everybody's darling at that time. Yes, he staggered. Look at him enjoying marriage with Jumobi today. Because the mother was always about, you have to be responsible. You have to take charge. You have to settle down. But àwọn ìyá mi wà, ẹ máa fọwọ́ máa ra wọ́n lórí. Ẹ máa fọwọ́ ra wọ́n lórí. Ẹ wá pollute society pẹ̀lú àwọn deadbeat fathers. Some fathers, this is January. They don't even know what it is. Wọ́n mọ ohun tó jẹ́ school fees. They don't even have an idea of how much their children's school fees is. Because yóò mọ wọn lára. This is 2026. Any young lady, the moment you open those legs, tó ṣí, ó ti gbà pé standard procedure oyún. Ṣé mo kí nǹkan tó fi kọ́ àwọn àgbà yẹn tọkùnrin bá fọ ọkùnrin báyìí máa lóyún, ìyẹn ò jẹ wọ́n mọ́. Ìyẹn ò jẹ wọ́n mọ́. Àwọn ọmọ tó wà ń ta Gen Z kankan wọ́n máa fi ẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀ tó bá sọ orú ẹ̀ ni. So this is the time to tell them, ọ̀gbẹ́ni, nǹkan kan wà tó ń pè contraceptive, discuss it with your child. Nǹkan kan wà tó ń pè ní evacuation, ṣó lè ṣe repercussion ẹ̀ lélẹ̀, òun lélẹ̀. Ìkẹta tó bá lóyún yóò bí. If you think your female child is sexually aware, àbó tí ń ṣe, o lè preach fún ọ, ṣùgbọ́n tí desire yẹn bá ti wà ń bẹ̀, tó bá yẹ pé kó lọ ṣe family planning, tètè kó lọ ṣe. Kó má yẹ pé kó tó wọlé ọkọ, á kọ́kọ́ bímọ fún Mr. A, á bímọ fún Mr. B, wàá di grandma A, grandma B. Á sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di naive single mother. Ojú ti là, information ti pọ̀. But what are you hammering in your children? And I think Davido's father did well, because at that time, he requested for DNA. But according to Anu, Babymama, she said it was a faked result. So, we shall know Baba shall try. Now, Davido is a success all over and over, and he will continue to be like Borolong. Abi amoni wa won ṣépè fọmọ kan bí, tọmọ kankan ò ní bàjẹ́, torí tí tọmọ wa náà ò lè bàjẹ́. But we know from what we've seen on social media, and for the fact that he has 4 children, 4 girls right now from different mothers. So it shows that he did what an adventurous young man would do. The only saving grace he has is Chioma was able to take all the whatever. Stable home leni. Davido cannot be stable in marriage. But God has blessed him with a wife material. But of course, there's a way your past would poke you at times, and that is what is happening now. So for the sake of that innocent child, Davido should please go for another DNA test for the sake of that child. As long as there was a genitalia meeting láàrin òun àti ọmọ yẹn àti woman yẹn, that are your lady, there's still a possibility. A neutral body should take over the DNA of that child. It broke my heart when I saw the way Davido was responding. And Davido was very wrong of you to respond to that child like that. Very, very wrong. Nigerians, when you're a billionaire, you have money, you're influential, you do no wrong. We don't tolerate that shit on here. Because no matter how influential, how rich you are, it doesn't take God 1 second to humble you and get you on your knees. It doesn't take. Life will humble you and throw curves at you. Shori owo yen wa humble. Shori oruko to ni yen, life will humble you. Has Davido not been humbled before? When he finally passed away, social media. Were we able to phantom it? That is what is called life. When he throws something at you, you know something hit you. Toko ti shele singba yen. Tomo lomo. Ati dele aye for some years. We are not babies here. So now when I'm saying that, when we are analyzing situation, we are taking it from different points. I won't say, oh, because I like Davido, he can do no wrong in my eyes. Oh, no. Because even my own child sometimes does wrong in my eyes, and I correct the child. Even your husband, except you're a mumu wife, your husband, the one that paid your dowry, the love of your life, sometimes he will do something wrong, and you have to tell him, Ogbeni, sir, ilé ìtẹ́ṣe yìí ò kò wá okay, sir. But àwọn kan wà, bí tó bá ti ń ẹni tó bá ti ń feed wọn, ó ti gba destiny wọn, they cannot think. And it's okay. For the sake of that innocent child, the way Davido responded to that child was, you can't even do that abroad. You can't. You can't respond to a child like that. You can't. And the mother should take that child off social media. Take off the Instagram page. Don't mess her up mentally. Don't mess her up. If damage gbogbo wàhálà tó ti ṣe, raising that child alone, now you want to offset her brain. Okay, let's imagine that you had a one night stand with a man. Yes. You got pregnant. Yes. You didn't take it off. Yes. The skies won't fall. What if the man is not Davido? Won't you take care of your child? You will take care of your child with pride. Because at the end of the day, if people are dragging you that you're a single mother, Kiniko, how many women that did not do single motherism, they got married properly? They did introduction, they did the engagements, they went to courts, they did white wedding, and had children, and they did christening for those children. And at still the same time, the man will take a walk and leave you alone with your 4 children. Will those women now say that they are baby moms? No, they were not baby moms. They were properly married. But the man decided to show them a flip side. One mama dani kan gbe. Obìnrin wa wedding picture bá abusi gbe, ọkọ ti rìn lọ. Láì bojú wẹ̀yìn for years. Would they pie themselves? They will brace up and take care of their children. So that's why anybody cannot use anybody to do yeye and say, oh, we should now be poking that lady. No, we won't poke her. And I'm sure sometimes she wake up and be like, oh, what have I done to myself? Some people are even assuming or alleging that wọ́n ṣe 1, 2, 3 pẹ̀lú kan náà cousin Davido. And that's why ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ fara jọ cousin Davido, which we cannot substantiate here, but it is still a possibility. It is a possibility. There was a genital meet and greet. And especially for a lady who is a waitress, who saw Davido that was raining on Babolowo with his entourage, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But whatever happened, there's a child here. So if Davido were not to be the father of the child, what somewhere? There's nothing coming from up that the down cannot collect. On your bashin so, look at it. You might not realize that. Tó bá yẹ pé ọmọ kan tọ́lọ́run wá kọ fún ẹ tó máa bí kọ́ nìyẹn. Àbí tó máa bí nìyẹn. What would you do? Tó bá ti rọrẹ pin, okay, if you don't collect the child, you can get married to even a good man that will pamper you and take care of you and might not have children. Ìyẹn tún kọ́. Then you now realize that thank God I did not abort that first one. It is people that are just from different angles. Because, like I said, everybody have their own. But you see that child, she's the victim. And it's not supposed to be. Tọ́mọ yẹn ọkùnrin bá lóun ò gbọ́mọ ẹ̀ tó ti tọ́mọdé 13. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni, Madamu, sún ọ̀já ẹ̀. You have done the heavyweight lifting. Single-handedly training a child to age 13. Tọ́mọ tó ti gbọ́n tó ti lè wọ kitchen tó ti lè fry egg tó ti lè ṣe kinní. Kí ló tún wá kiri? Ìwọ̀nba tó kù tọ́mọ máa fi parí secondary school àbí university ọlọ́run máa bẹ́ẹ̀ gbé. You're now begging a father to take it. How many women are emergency single mothers? Their side chick will snatch them. And the wife will become wèrè káàkiri. Ṣáwọn náà ò di single mother ni. Will life end? They will brace up and take care of their children. So all this kìnìkan tí ò bá gbóyún tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ tọ́lọ́run bá ló máa padà wá béèrè ọmọ yẹn á béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí ò bá lẹ́nu kó padà wá ṣànánà. God has a way of getting anybody. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run ò bá tí ì lè mú kò tí ì dá. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run ò lè ju agbádá àdánwò sáyé ẹ̀ ọlọ́run ò tí ì dá. Ilẹ̀ tó ṣú lálẹ́ ṣámọ́lẹ̀ tó máa mọ́ láàárọ̀ la. So if you're pulling something and you see that it's not, flip it and face your life. Life doesn't promise anybody to be easy. This is not the age where they'll be abusing somebody, a single mother. Ọmọ, ṣiṣẹ́ kó lówó ẹ lọ́wọ́. Nobody is going to train you any shit. And train your child. Take your child to the best schools. Be there emotionally for your child. Then in the next 10, 20 years, you stand tall and proud with those children. To that is your reward. You're not letting a man rubbish you. Kìnìkan. Àìmọ̀ single mothers alágbọ̀n. What's that? I don't know where that Anu's mother or father is that they can't tell her sense. I mean, Anu's mother's her grandparents. I think her grandfather died because I saw it on Anu's page. I think he passed on last year or a year before something. Yeah, because I saw her write Kìnìkan to Grandpa Labinjo. So there's no big deal. A man that can turn a mother of a wife, a well-wedded wife of 6 children to a single mother. So who are you, a single girl, that you want to buy yourself? I better go. Hey, 13 years. You've done the work. Oh, Bomojolo Rumo, ọmọ ti dàgbà, ọmọ secondary school, bóyá GS3. Yeah? 13 years like GS3 or GS2. So what is remaining again? If you get belle for a man and he's saying you know take him, go the Igbo way. Don't force it. If there's one thing I love about their culture, because someone in Igbo, you know, agree, no problem. The girl's father go use the name for her. Excuse me. The girl's father will use the name for her. So Kilawambaka. Life is not hard like that too. So Davido, please, you are loved, but you know that life has thrown you a curveball before. Be humble. Nobody was there when they do genitalia meet and greet, the one night stand, because of course you guys didn't date. So ẹni tó bá sọ pé ìwọ kọ́ ló ní ìwọ ló ní, sí ńbẹ̀. Kódà kó jẹ́ pé àwọn 100 ló bá sùn lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn. We are all educated. We know what it takes. Bá ọ̀rọ̀ gbola water, kó kún ever water. nǹkan tó máa di ọmọ nínú ẹ̀ is ṣínṣíní. Is ṣínṣíní. Even if 100 men slept with her that night, àtọ̀ èèyàn kan ló máa dọmọ. So this talk of three, and it's also a lesson to a lot of our young girls. You see, there's nothing as beautiful as morals. I'm not saying sometimes morals cannot fail you, because being a good girl, you have to add common sense to it. Don't be a good girl and be stupid. You have to be a good girl with common sense. So a lot of us, even training our girls, be a good girl. Yes, it's good to train your child to be a good girl, but please, let them have common sense and let them have street OT. Come around one street so that they'll be able to decipher. Okay, don't just raise a child to be book smart. Raise them to be common sense smart. So they don't go run your adorable daughter streets. This is 2026. There's nothing we are talking about again. There's no shaming. Nobody is shaming anybody here. But Davido, please, once again, for we online aunties or whatever, yeah, we are telling you, go for DNA again. If you do and say, okay, if I do this DNA and the pikin no be my own, I go sue you. But for the sake of that girl, please, it's too much. A lot of women, it's because of this kind of disgrace that they no go even bother to call that man again. They go just take their pikin, they go. Anytime they feel like crying, they go enter room, cry, wipe their face, come out again and start working and being there for their children. Being a mother is not rice and beans. Whoever tells you is a walk in the park. There's more to motherhood than just doing makeup, wearing a shwebi, or looking good or good. It's work. Work when we say you no go fit sleep for nights. Your pikin go have temperature like this. Your head go fly out of the window. Or you see your account in red like this and your children must eat and your head is thinking, how would I get money to feed my children? It's not rice and beans. The moment we mature women tell our young ones and our daughters that one of the things you cannot afford to be flippant about is motherhood. You can't afford to. It's a lifelong journey. Oh, ní retire ọjọ́ tó bá dàgbàdàgbàgbà tó wọlé ló bá parí iṣẹ́ motherhood. Ọjọ́ tó bá ti lóyún báyìí, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ assignment yẹn nìyẹn. And we have to keep talking so that our young girls realize it's not just because they are in love butterflies in your tummy. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni, she was ready, share motherhood. She was ready. Every stage is a challenge. Every stage is a challenge. The pregnancy, the putting to bed, the postpartum, the stage of the child, infancy, toddler, young child, preteen, teen, adult. Which stage is easy? Kọ́lọ́ máa kéèyàn ṣiṣẹ́ ọmọ kú. Kọ́lọ́ ń fi ṣe ọmọ yìí wá. So, Davido, please, so ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́, go and do DNA test with Anu. Your baby mama has alleged that she's going to US embassy to report you that you have a child you are not taking responsibility for. Má jọba kárí ẹ jẹ́. Lọ ṣe ọjọ́ míì náà gbogbo àwọn ọmọ akátá tó ń bá sùn gbà yẹn tó ń drag ẹ níbi after tí Fáyìn kú yẹn. It shows that tí ní full control. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún ẹ full control. I know you're struggling to be a responsible man, and it's not easy because of your level of wealth and exposure and access to a lot of things. But you see one thing they call peace of mind. Ọkùnrin tó bá ti lè control third leg, 70% life problem is solved. Any man that has control over that third leg, peace ilé ayé it was 70%. Because if you don't know a girl, you've not met her, you've not done genital meet and greet, and a girl now comes to you that you bá òun sùn, wàá kọ́kọ́ rẹ́rìn pé from where to where, but when is that? Ẹ lọ fẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ sáré gbá wọn gbàgàgbàgàgbàgà, ẹ lọ sí yẹn gbàgàgbàgàgbàgà, ẹ mélòó lẹ fẹ́, mélòó ṣé bí torí pé lè yóò gbọ́n ni, tó bá yẹ pọ́ gbọ́n ni, Davido ṣàgẹ́ ó ṣe é gbàgàgbàgàgbàgà ní one night stand ní club tó ń ṣe waitress. Ọjọ́ kejì o ò bọ́ sí pharmacy store kó lo common sense as an graduate. Ṣé teacher kan ló máa pè ẹ́ jókòó ní university pé okay o, if you sleep with a man o, you have to use kinní kan. Let's teach our children street smartness. Let's teach them reality. This is medicine. This is biology. You do, you pa. Belle is coming. STD can be there. The man might not be ready. Let them be mentally ready. Let them have the mental energy. Even middle-aged women, their 40s, 50s gone. One for ọpọlọ náà kìíní. Ọpọlọ. When you hear ọpọlọ. Even women who are married. Bí ọtún ti bí méjì tẹ́lẹ̀. Tó wò pé finances àwọn ò tí shift. Ṣé bí dáàdì ṣe ń gun mọ́mì? Mọ́mì máa lóyún pẹ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀. Kébi pa wọ́n kú sílé. So how much more young girls? So that means a woman has to be sensible from down to the up. From your teenage years, you have to be sensible. Because there are some assignments as a woman that no one will do for you. You have to do it by yourself. Am I ready for the next baby? Can I afford it? What kind of life do I want to give my children? Okay, this is where we are now. I don't like this position. I need to work hard. So working hard to increase our financial stability. Do I have to get belle again? In this age and time, talk work on me con salo. So there's a lot to unpack as women. And we can't just finish packing it. But a lot of our young girls don't have that maturity. Or maybe we don't talk to them enough. Or maybe they are not hearing the correct information. And realizing that there is more to life than butterflies in my tummy. I love him, he loves me. All the best to Davido. We will be watching and keep the updates on however they want to go about this. But please, Anu's mom, Ayo, take that child off social media. Collect her Instagram page of her. She has no business. And please, like you said in one of your posts, that you have to put her through psychotherapy. Ó ti fẹ́ damage mental health ọmọ ẹ̀. Torí ọkùnrin kan. Yes, Davido might be a billionaire, but he's still a man. So a woman, a girl child has to have that self-esteem, and you're doing good. Odatoma for 13 years. It's not rice and beans. We'll give you your flowers. But don't let any incidents damage her for you. Don't. Whoever is not giving you your flowers for single-handedly training a 13-year-old child is a witch. Is a witch. Whoever is saying you didn't, whether the video gets them or we no get them, the fact that you single-handedly raised that girl to age 13, you are doing well. Do you know how many women could not even raise their own children to age 13? Despite the shame, despite the bullying, despite the everything, you still raise that child to this age, and you want social media issues to damage her for you? Sit out and know what you're doing. Sit it out. And you must be more. You now let them, very fine girl, well spoken. You now let social media help you damage her brain because she's looking for a father that is not interested. Even if Davido is the father of the child today, before he grows to show that child affection, what are we doing? Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Please, let's keep talking to our young ladies, our girl children, to have common sense, to understand biology, the science of a man and a woman doing it. Don't be ashamed to talk to your children. If you do not talk to them, their friends will talk to them, or social media will talk to them, and they might not be able to decipher the correct information. And at the end of the day, now you go still carry the shame when they bring the belle or the issues. So that thing you avoided to talk about from the beginning, you will come sit down. One family meeting, one church meeting, women's choir, you will sit down and now do the alaye. So sit down, talk it out with them, get into their heads, and let us educate them. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless us, bless our children, And please, let's preserve our children's mental health. It's very important. Ireo.